Hello everyone, myself Shubham Kabri. So I hope you might have practiced yesterday's charts. Okay, we had created a bar chart, remember? And we had also created, we have used the colors to change the color of the bars, right? So now we are going ahead and we are going to see the other charts and how to do formatting in those charts. All right. So let me share my screen so that we can practice for today's session. So today we are going to see about some more basic charts and how to deal with the formatting stuff in those charts. Okay. So like yesterday, I have opened this Tableau desktop software, and now I'm going to connect to our Excel file, the name of which is Sample Superstore. So we know the process, how to connect. Once you connect to Sample Superstore, you will see the data source pane or data source operation, data source section. And here you can simply drag and drop orders file because we are going to work on only orders dataset. And now sheet one is ready. So you can just click on sheet one and you are into the visualization pane, correct? Now, yesterday when I asked, as at the end of the session, I asked you that if you have any queries, I can randomly take the questions and then we can start our session. So I just want to know, did you face any challenges or any issues? I hope some of you might have practiced, but while practicing, did you face any challenges? You can answer that in the chat window. Sir, graph is not showing, could not increase the size of the bar chart. No, sir. Okay, perfect. So I will show you the chart again. Okay, so let me just format to Arial font first. I want all the workbooks in Arial font. And it should be 12. Okay. Yeah. So yesterday, if you remember, we had created a category wise sum of cells. So what we did, we had drag and drop category into rows. You can see all the three categories. And in the columns, we needed sum of cells. So you see cells here, you can simply drag and drop cells in columns. This is how you created the bar chart, right? Isn't it? So this is how we can create the bar chart. And now if you want to increase this size, you can simply change this standard view to entire view. So from the drop down, select entire view. You see, this is how you can increase the size, correct? And then you can click on T icon to show the numbers. These are the numbers. And then you can sort using these two icons. So if you remember, we had sorted this way. Okay, so this is the way how we created the bar chart yesterday, isn't it? So now we are now going to see pie chart now, how to create a pie chart. Okay, so pie chart means what? What is pie chart? Pie chart means if I want to show the distribution or comparison or do the comparative analysis of one section over the another section, then I can go ahead with the pie chart. So pie chart slice is like a pizza. It shows me the distribution. Okay. So if I want to create region-wise cells, and if that region-wise cells I want to show in pie chart, so how to do that? That I'm going to show. Correct. So I'm going to show region in the rows. You can see that there are 4 regions: central, east, south, and west. There are 4 regions. For each region, I want to show the sales values. Correct. So I can simply add the sales values, sales measure into columns. By default in Tableau, you always get to see the bar chart whenever you have one dimension, one measure in the rows and columns. Correct. So by default, bar chart is shown by default. So I don't need bar chart, I need pie chart. So what I can do is I can simply convert this into pie chart by going into show me. So go to show me. You know what show me is? It shows you the list of all the basic charts in Tableau. So there are 24 basic charts that I told you yesterday. So now you can see this pie chart is available. You can simply click on this pie chart. So this bar chart orientation will be converted into pie chart. We are changing the chart type simply. You see? So this is how I am converting the bar chart into pie chart. So I can just click on this show me again so that it is not shown anymore. Okay. And now if I want this pie chart to be shown in center with bigger size, I can just convert this standard mode into entire view mode. And now you can see that this pie chart, which was present on top left, now is present in center. Okay. So this is how I am showing the pie chart. Okay. Now I can show the labels. So if you click on T icon, you can see that these are the numbers. What these numbers represent? When you created pie chart initially, that pie chart is what? It is nothing but region-wise sum of cells. So you can see the legends. If you click on central, so this is a central slice highlighted. And what is the sum of cells value for that? It is 5,03,171. Likewise, you can click on any other region and then you can see the corresponding sales figure for that region. Okay, so this is what this pie chart is showing to us. Now here I can actually format this pie chart. I mean, I can change the color, I can add more values. Okay, so right now I'm going to turn this feature off because I'm going to show you the same T icon, which we call it as label here. Okay, so what do you mean by label in the marks card? Okay, what do you mean by label in Tableau? Label means, see, if you want to show the region name and sum of cells together, then I can use the label marks card. So the purpose or the intention of label marks card in Tableau is to show the details in the chart. So what you want to show in the pie chart? I want to show the region name and its corresponding sales value. For all the 4 regions, I want to show the region name and sales value for all the 4. Okay. So like that we have to do. So for that purpose, I can use label. This is the primary reason. Secondary reason is that, do you want to show more information? Like, do you want to also show profit? Do you want to show percentage? Do you want to show, do you want to format that label as well? So you can do that with the help of label. So label is very important marks card, which is used to do these tasks. Okay. So my first and foremost thing is that once I create this pie chart, you see this T icon is off. I just need to add region into label. Why? Because I want to show the region name. Okay, so I can simply add region name into label this way. And now you can see that we are getting the names of the regions, isn't it? So whichever dimension you add into any of the marks card, you can see that those dimensions or measures are identified by their icons. For example, when I created pie chart, by default, this dimension and measure list was automatically coming up by default. I just added this region. Look at the icon. What is the icon here? T icon. So this T icon means this T icon, right? So what is the purpose of this region here? The purpose of this region is to give the label to this pie chart. Label means what? What we call label, like, can you label this? Can you give name to this? That is what literal meaning of label is, right? So in Tableau, the label marks card means you want to give the name of region to this pie chart. So there are 4 regions, so I'm giving the labeling for region. Now below this label, I want to give the sales value. I want to show the sales value. How to do that? Same way, you can simply drag and drop sales into label, and then below the region name, you will get to see the sales value. Okay, so I can simply add sales value below. I mean, you can just drag and drop sales value into label. Can you see the values now? Correct. You can see that these are the values. Now, what are these values? You can see in the tooltip, region and sales value. Correct. This is called as a tooltip, white color background. Region is West, sales is 739814 in white color box. You see that is called as a tooltip. Now, using size, you can increase the size of this pie chart or decrease the size of this pie chart as per your requirement. So you can go to size and you see this bar is there, right? So you can simply increase it, you can decrease it, okay, according to your requirement. So I want it somewhat like this. Okay, so I'm increasing the size of this pie chart. Now, suppose you want to change the value, means what? If you want to change or sort this with respect to highest to lowest value, I can click on this icon. So I can just click on this. And here you can see that region wise cells. This is the highest, second highest, second lowest, lowest. So in clockwise direction, the data is sorted. If you click on this, what will happen is that the data is sorted in anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise, or rather than if you see clockwise, this is lowest, second lowest, second highest, highest. Okay. So normally we show from highest to lowest, and this is how it is shown. Right. In color marks card. So if you want to change the color of these pie charts, we use color marks card, right? In colors, edit colors. Yesterday, if you remember, I double click here, right? And then I change the color. Likewise, here also you can do the same. You can simply double click. I can change west to black color, right? East to yellow color, central maybe this color, and south, let's go with maroon color. So click OK. You see, it looks beautiful, isn't it? Now, do you want to add the border? You can add the border. You know that how to add the border. You can go to color and you see border option. Okay, so inside the chart and around the periphery of the chart, do you want to add the border? Yes. So you can add the border of white color. So you can see the list of colors. So you can just click on white. So now you can see that there is a white color border has been added. So this is how I am actually showing the values. I mean, I am actually showing the details. Now label is used to show the values here, right? So do you want to format it? Yes. Format in the sense what? Do you want to change the color of this font? Do you want to change the color of this font? Do you want to change? So you want this should be blue color, this should be maybe blue color, red color, yellow color, any color you want. Do you want to do any formatting with respect to this or this? Then label will be useful in all such cases. Okay. So I can now go to label, and then you see this option called as text. So you can see this text ellipsis button, right? So I can just click over here, isn't it? And now you can see that region is there, right? So region I can select. So this screen we are already familiar when you actually deal with the sheet 1 title. Same screen was opening up. So region, I need to just change it to blue color. So I just selected blue color, and some of cells I need maroon color. So I'm going with maroon color, right? So click. Now you see how differently it looks, isn't it? So this way, actually, I am identifying the, I am actually doing or changing or beautifying the chart using these marks card. So label, size, color are actually used to beautify the charts. All right. So this is the way how we deal with the data. Now, one more question. Do we want to format these numbers? What are these numbers? Sum of cells. Why? Because you see 503,171 and 391,722 are what? Sum of cells. You look at this T icon, right? Label. So do you want this sum of cells value to be formatted into thousands unit or millions unit? Do you want to do that? Then we can do the formatting of the labels as well. Okay, formatting of the numbers to be precise. So to do formatting, what you do is you simply right click on sum of cells, and then you see this format option. What I did, you see the sum of cells on T icon, right? You simply right click, or you can simply click on this drop down arrow and format button. Go to pane option. You can see format sum of cells. So axis and pane, right? So click on pane option. You will see the numbers. Okay, you will see the numbers. Okay. So you can simply go in a drop down of numbers, and then you can select this option which says number custom. Okay, third option. first, second, third, number custom. So click on it. And then do you want decimal places? No. So make sure that there are no decimal places. And display units. So in which units you want to display the numbers, thousands, millions, billions, or trillions. I want to show the numbers in thousands. So that's why I'm selecting thousands K. So select 1000K. Now you can see that the south region is 392K, central region is 503K, east region is 692K, west region is 740K. Okay, so this is how I can actually modify the values into nearest thousands. Clear? Now what I need is I want you to create this pie chart and let me know in case of any details. I'm giving you the 5 minutes time. Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes time, so you can just create this pie chart. Okay, and have the values converted into nearest thousand. Can we use gradient color scheme? You can also use that. How we can copy the chart into Word or PowerPoint? You can export any chart into PowerPoint from this option. Which option? You can go to File, or I can say go to Data, or you can go to Worksheet. In Worksheet, there's an option called as Export. Export as image. Okay, you can see this image. So using this, you can export any chart or any worksheet, sheet number 1 chart into PowerPoint. Okay, it's basically you are exporting an image. So you can utilize image in PowerPoint, Word doc, isn't it? How to remove border when we move mouse over? When we mouse over. So that is not the case. You will get the border. Can you show this again, Samir? So Samir, what I did was I simply added region into rows. Then I added cells into columns, right? I will get a bar chart. I will go to then show me, click on show me, and then I can click on pie chart. Okay. So once you click on pie chart, you will get to see the pie chart. Okay. And now you can make it as an entire view. In entire view, once you make it entire view, you can then click on this sort icon. The pie chart will be sorted from highest to lowest. Then you can add drag and drop region into label and then cells into label. Simply you can add region and sum of cells on label. That's how you will get to see south region and its corresponding cells figure. And then I formatted sum of cells into key just now, you know. And if you want to have the different color for these two values, you can simply go to label and you have text. Okay, so you can just go to this ellipsis button and then you select region, change it to any color. If you don't like these colors, you can always go to more colors, and you can also have the RGB color code, or you can have any color you can choose, right? Same is the task for sum of cells. Means for sum of cells, you will hover the mouse, you will select sum of cells, or you can select this way and change it to any other color. Okay, and then say okay. This is how I'm changing the labels. And then you can also change the border. You can go to border and you can make it white. So what we have done, we have given the borders inside the circle, I mean inside the pie chart and outside the pie chart. Okay, so yes, so how to make average cells? I think I showed this yesterday. Suppose this is what this figure is, sum of cells, right? So what I need to do is I want to show average cells. So everywhere you have to make average. The sum you need to change to average. So just make this average. You see this major sum is there, right? Make it average. Everywhere you have to make it average. Everywhere. If you see sum of cells, make it average cells. So this way I am showing the average cells. Okay. But average cells you can see on an average it is same for all the regions. So it is, you can see 0K, 0K. 0K means the values are in 3 figures. That's why it is showing in 0K. Okay. So I can go with undo. Okay. This is the sum of cells. Okay, so yeah, so as I said, like I cannot focus on each question. So others, if you are done, you can just answer the questions pasted in chat window. Okay. On the right hand side, whatever you see, this is called as a color legend, and this is called as a size legend. Okay. So this is the only way how we get the pie chart. Okay. So please do this. I'm waiting for 2 more minutes. I'm unable to change format. It's simple. You simply right click on sum of cells. You see format option. Okay. And you see pane option. Click on pane and you see numbers. So in the number drop down, you see number custom and display unit is thousands. Manisha, how to show a sector of pie chart separately? That is what I answered. Can you please repeat the number label? I just repeated. How to give specific color to pie chart? That is what I have done. I mean, if you want to see that, you can simply go to color and you see edit color, right? So select the region for which you want to change. You can double click on that region and select which color you want, right? So this way you can select the color. Let's say this color. You click OK and then you click OK. So west is now changed with this. Okay, like that. This is total only, Pushkar. Total sales in each region. Okay. It is not going to show you the total of all the 4 regions together. Individual sales for each region, not total. Okay. How can we put text on the pie chart itself? Using label. You are talking about South and 392K, correct? So drag and drop region on label, drag and drop cells on label. You will get to see these text values. These are your labels. Okay. All right. So I hope now everyone is able to create this pie chart. Okay. Now let me go ahead and show you the line chart. How to create a line chart. You can put the text inside the pie chart, outside the pie chart, anywhere. Okay. We can do that. So you simply click this. I mean, click the label and drag and drop inside this way. Okay. This way you can do it like this. Drag and drop inside this way. Okay, but it does not look good, so I'm putting them outside. You can see this is called as a presentation icon, presentation mode. Using this, you can see the chart in full screen mode, presentation. This icon will take your chart to full screen mode. So you can click on it and you can see that your chart is full screen mode. Okay, so this is full screen. Okay. All right. All right. Now let me go to the next, that is nothing but line chart. Discrete line chart. What is discrete line chart? I told you in the earlier session or yesterday's session that date and date time data types are both dimensions and measures. Based on that, we have 2 types of line charts, discrete and continuous line charts. Okay. So what do you mean by discrete line chart? Okay. When you drag and drop order date in, let's say, columns, or let's say when you drag and drop order date into rows, you can see that internally Tableau creates hierarchy like year after year. If I click on this plus sign, you will see quarter. Okay, you will see quarter, right? So these are the quarters. In 1 year, there are 4 quarters, correct? So for each year, you see 4 quarters. If you click on plus sign further, you will see the corresponding months in each quarter. Okay, so in each quarter there are 3 months, correct? So, and if we click on plus sign further, you will see the number of days present in our data set. Now, I want to create a line chart of year-wise sales or month-wise sales. So what I can do is, I can simply add the order date into columns. Okay. And then I can add the sales into rows. By default, Tableau will create a line chart by default. And now what you can do, you can simply click on this T icon to show the labels, right? And you know that if you want to show this in entire view mode, you can do it by using this option. Go to entire view mode. And now you can see that this is the year-wise sales. Now, what is my requirement? I want to show the month-wise sales. So what I can do is, you see this drop-down icon. So you can see that this is a drop-down icon which is present over here. You can just click on it. Now, if you click on year of order date drop-down option, you will see the two options. I mean, you will see the two sections. This section, year, quarter, month, day, and this section, year, quarter, month, week number, and day. So there are two similar sections you will see. First section that you see is a discrete line chart, and second section is a continuous line chart. Okay. So discrete line chart means what? This is what we are going to create, right? Discrete line chart. So I'm going to click on this month, and then you can see that I'm getting the sales value for each of the months. So now the data set that we have in our sample superstore is from 2019 to 2022. To be precise, we have data from January 2019 to December 2022. Okay, we have data from January 2019 to December 2022. Now, sorry, if you see that we have data of 4 years. Okay, if you can see the data we have is, I think, maybe 4 years or 5 years. Okay, now the thing is that this figure that you see, 96,070. So this is a January sales. This is the January sales. Means what? If I hover the mouse here, what you see in tooltip, it is month of order date, January, and sales value is 96,070 is written in that box. This is called as a tooltip. Now, January sales is 96,070, but this 96,070 figure, this is sum of sales that we know, but this belongs to January month. Which year January month? That we don't know. Okay, so this 96,000 is the total sales of all the January months of all the 4 years. How many years we have? We have 4 years, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. We have 4 years, right? How many January months we can expect? 4. So the total sales of all the 4 January months is given to be 96,000. This is the meaning of discrete line chart. You can see the color of month of order date. It is blue in color, right? We know that anything blue is discrete in nature, in Tableau, correct? Why it is called as discrete line chart? Because you can see we have discrete months. We have 12 months, countable, finite, right? That's why it is discrete in nature. All right. On the other hand, so if you now duplicate this sheet, suppose I want to duplicate this discrete line chart. How to duplicate? You can simply right click on this. Once you right click on worksheet, you will see this option called as duplicate. So I can just duplicate it. And now you can see that discrete line chart number 2 opens up. It is just a replica of this. Okay, I can just change the name of this to continuous line chart. Okay. Now you can see that this month of order date is there. This I'm now going to change to. So this is a month I selected, remember? So this section I told you, this is a discrete section, and the below section is continuous section. Now instead of this month, I'm going to select this month. See what happens. The first thing that you might have noticed is the color. The month of order date is now changed to green. You know, everything which is green in Tableau is continuous in nature. Anything which is blue in nature, blue in color is discrete in nature. Okay. So this is the example of continuous line chart. Means what? Continuous line chart is going to give me each month and each year sales. Means what? If I hover the mouse on this is January 2019 sales. How much it is? 14,518. If I hover the mouse on this point, it shows me February 2019 sales. If I hover the mouse on this, it shows me March 2019 sales. So basically, it is going to show me all the 48 months data because we have 4 years, right? So 48 months. So all these points that you see, how many points you have in total? We have in total. How many points we have? 48 marks. That is 48 points we have. It means it is showing me each month of each year sales. On the other hand, discrete, the previous line chart was showing me only 12 points. You can see how many, only 12 points because you have only 12 months. And this total was the total sales of all the January months of all the years put together. This is a difference between discrete and continuous line charts. Okay. So I can convert these values into K. You know how to do that. These values are what? Sum of cells, right? So I can simply right click and you see this format option. You can see the pane option. I'm formatting what? I'm formatting sum of cells, correct? So in the pane, you have this number. You can simply convert the number into 0 decimal places and display it will be 1000. Why we are converting the values into K format? Because it is easy for us to read the numbers. That's why. Same thing I will do in continuous line chart. Right click on sum of cells, format, pane, and then you can see the number custom. Display unit will be 1000 and decimals will be 0. See how simple it becomes to read the numbers, right? So see how this is actually becoming very simple for us to analyze the data. So from this, what you analyze, like what analysis you can make? What is my analysis? Analysis is the beginning of every year, January, February months are having the lower sales. If you see this January 2019 sales and February 2019 sales. If you see what happened in December 2019 and what happened in November 2019, you can see the sales shoot up, maybe due to holidays, Christmas, vacations, right? Same thing happened here as well in 2020, correct? Same thing happened in January 2020 and February 2020, lower sales. So the thing is that you can see that the beginning of each month, is low. Okay. However, at the end of the year, it is ending with the high note. It is ending on high note. Okay. You can see this as well. So that is our conclusion from this slide chart. Okay. So due to vacations and due to Christmas Eve, maybe people are more into shopping, more into spending. That's why the sales values have been shoot up. Each year, this trend has been observed. Okay. So this is our analysis from these two line charts. So now I give you some time to create these two charts. So take your 5 minutes and then complete the discrete line chart and continuous line chart. Okay. So you just have to drag and drop order date in columns. Okay. And then you can simply right click on year of order date and then select this month. Okay. So month will be selected here. So select month and then drag and drop cells into rows. So it will show sum of cells. That's how you get the continuous, that's how you get the discrete line chart. If you make entire view, you will get a discrete line chart. Similarly, you can just duplicate this sheet. You can duplicate this sheet. And then you just have to change the discrete month from here to here. You can just change discrete month to continuous month. Okay. So you'll get continuous line chart. So I'm waiting for you to complete this. Yes, that is correct. You can show the cells into color to show the intensity. Can we break the line chart, a start, an extend? No, that is not the case, Ranjit. For that, you have to write the calculation if you want to do that. How did you change the font style on x-axis and y-axis? So basically, I did the common formatting for labels. What I did was I went to format in the menu bar. And then you see this option called as workbook. So I selected workbook and I selected Arial in the first drop down. And in second case also Arial and font size as 12 and made sure that color is black. This black color I select. Okay. So by doing this setting, what is happening is that across all the worksheets, I'm getting font as Arial and font size as 12 with black color. How to change it to continuous? Simply same chart, you can duplicate this chart by right clicking and saying duplicate. And then you will have the, basically you're duplicating the worksheet. And here you just have to change. So originally you had this month, you have to select this month, second month. So this section is for continuous. The above section is for discrete. Okay. No, it's not possible, Kushi. Format concept. Format is simple. You simply right click on format sum of cells. That's it. You simply click on format sum of cells. Click on pane. Don't click on axis. Click on pane. Okay. And then in the pane, numbers you see, number custom, decimal places 0, display units 1000. So you have to select thousands. That's how the numbers will get converted into 1000. Okay, that is format. What are we formatting? The numbers. What these numbers are? Sum of cells. That's why I right click on sum of cells here and set format. Okay. To every action, there is some logical reasoning. There is some reasoning behind it, right? What I wanted to format this number, right? What these numbers represent? Sum of cells. And because I want to change this number into different units, that's why I formatted sum of cells, because these numbers are sum of cells. Okay. How to remove decimal points? Very simple. Type 0 there. In format, type 0, decimal points. How to display the numbers on chart? You simply click on T icon. If you click on T icon, then numbers will be shown. If you click it again, numbers are not shown. If you click there, numbers are shown, right? Okay. What is the work of axis? Axis is just used to show the range. Like this 118K can go, I mean, what is the range of this? Till 120K. So it is in your school days, if you want to create chart, What is the first step that you did? You created y-axis, x-axis, right? Because in that, on that place only you have to create the chart. Okay, so that is the work of axis. Yes, Sakshi, we can show the percentage as well. Okay, we can show percentage as well. So what this percentage means? For that, you should have the clear calculation. What is that percentage mean? You have to write the formula in the calculation box, and then that calculation box should be added into label. That's how we we can write the percentage. Okay. Since we have one session for doing these calculations, at that time we will see some basic calculations. The idea here of this EDL program is to let you know the overview of Tableau on how to do the things. So it is not in that much depth. If you really like this tool, you can enroll as per yesterday's session. So in yesterday's session, it was told to you how you can register, enroll into ExcelR. So there, all these things will be discussed in thorough. Okay. All right. So all of you have completed discrete and continuous line charts. Yes. How to put month in column? Yeah. So basically, you have to drag and drop order date into columns. And then basically, whenever you add any data dimension in either columns or rows anywhere, you will see year of order date. And from year of order date, you see this drop down icon, right? You change it to this month. This is continuous month. This is discrete month. If you are getting discrete line chart, select this month. If you are creating continuous line chart, select this. Simple. That's how you will get month of order date. Means you can see that this is what we have month of order date. Okay, there are 48 months in total. All right, now let's go ahead. Now I'm going to show you the next chart, which is nothing but maps, geographical maps. Okay, how to show the geographical maps. The data that we have been given in sample superstore belongs to US and Canada regions or countries. So in total, in our data sets, there are two countries, US and Canada. Okay. So what I need to do, I need to analyze the state-wise cells in geographical map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the maps. In Tableau, again, there are two types of maps, symbol map and field map. Symbol map and field map. What is field map and what is symbol map? So we will understand that. Now let's see on how to create the map. To create the map only, this is the procedure we have to do. What procedure? The first step is add the country into detail. Add the country into detail marks card. And now you can see that we are getting some geographical figure, right? So you can see that we have successfully added the country into detail. You can see this dot dot dot, it means detail. So add the country into detail and then add the state into detail again. State, add the state into detail this way. Perfect. Getting the chart? This is what we call it as symbol map. Once you add country and state into details, what you want to show here? Sales values, right? So I can simply add sales value inside the chart this way, in exactly in center, right? And now there you go. You can see that in the tooltip, it shows me the country name, the state name, and the sales values, correct? You see. Now you can increase the size of the circles this way. See, cool, right? And suppose you want the different color for different circles. Each circle represents state. So do you want different color for different state? Meaning different color for different circles. So for that purpose, what each circle represents? State. And you want different color for different state. It means you should add in the color legend the state dimension. correct? So drag and drop state into color. And now you see what happened. You can see that each state is now having the different colors, correct? And now you can also change the border, means you can add the border around the periphery or around the circumference of circle. This is the border option, correct? So you can add black border. So now you can see the black border has been added. Okay. Now you can see that these are all the circles. Now why there are varying sizes? Because each state is having the different sales value. For example, if you see this state, what is the name of this state in USA? It is Oregon. What is the sales figure for Oregon? 17,000 plus. Now, if you compare this, what is this state? California. What is the sales figure for California? It is in the range of lakhs, 4,57,000. So where is 17,000? Where is 4,57,000? You clearly see the difference, right? If the sales figure is higher, circle size will be bigger. Now, how Tableau is doing that? It is because of this. Why? Because when I drag and drop sales inside the map, automatically this thing happened in the marks card. Sum of sales was added on the size. It means if the sales value is more, the figure size will be more. If the sales value is less, the figure size will be less. And why this is called as a symbol map? Because each state is identified using one symbol, which is circle in this case. So each state is identified by a symbol. Hence, the name of this map is symbol map. Okay. The name of this map is symbol map. Okay. So that's the reason why we have symbol. Now you can get rid of this legend, color legend and size legend from here. If you see this to the left of presentation icon, there is this option. You can see reset cards, title, caption, summary, and legends. This is called as a color legend. This is called as a size legend. So you can get rid of those. Click on color legend. And now click on the size legend. So you can just click on the size legends. And now you can see. Okay. Now I want to show the region name and sales values. We know how to do that. Using label, you can show the region name and sales values in the chart, right? I mean, state name and sales values. If you drag and drop on label, you will get to see the names of states and sales. So let's do that. Let's add state into label. And let's add sales into label. And there you go. You can see in full screen mode, if you go, you can see the name of state and the sales values for each state. Correct? By default, when you create symbol map, you can see this toolbar. Using toolbar, you can actually go to particular state and see the figure. For example, here I don't see New York. Where is New York? It may be somewhere, but I just want to see the New York sales only. So I don't know because I'm from India. So I don't know where is New York. So using search icon, you can search any state of any country. Okay. So you can go here, search icon, and just type New York. So the moment you type New York, in the suggestion box, it comes like this. So you can select the first New York. There you go. This is New York. And just adjoining to New York, you have Vermont, you have New Hampshire, you have Massachusetts, you have Connecticut, and you have Rhode Island. Okay, these are the corresponding states or adjoining states to New York. Suppose I want to know where is Texas. You can search for Texas and you can search here. It is Texas. So click it. So while sitting at home, you are actually roaming around the different states of USA, isn't it so? Correct. Now you can use this pan icon to pan anywhere. You can move it anywhere this way. Okay, you can move it this way. Correct. You can see. So this is California, right? This is Oregon. This is Idaho. This is Washington, Montana. All right. So this is how I am actually moving around the different states, different countries. So I'm into Canada now, right? Like this. Now I can simply click on this reset map, which is going to fit the entire map in one screen. So using this icon, it is going to reset. And these are your zoom in and zoom out buttons. Okay, zoom in and zoom out button. So let's reset the map. Okay, so this is called as a symbol map. Okay, this is called as a symbol. Now I want you to do this first. Create the symbol map. The first step was drag and drop country into detail. Second step is to add state into detail. Third step is to add state into color. Fourth step is to add cells into center of the figure. Okay. Then fifth step is to add state into label. And sixth step is to add cells into label. Okay. So these are the 6 steps using which you can create the symbol map. Now I have also increased the size to this much level, right? So you can also increase the size and you can also add the border around the circumference using border option. So please do this activity. So here, don't add the cells into color, because what happens is that if the cells value is more, the intensity of the color will be darker. So you will get to see if you add cells value into color, if you add cells measure into color, what happens is that you will get to see the variation of the same color, darker to light. Okay, that is the only difference. I don't want that. I want each state to have different color, not variation of the same color. That's why I'm adding the state into color box. Okay. I'm able, my screen is visible to all, Shayla. So please check your network. Can we add one more variable in the same chart, order count in the same chart state wise? Yes, we can do that. For that, we need to create a calculated field or calculation we have. Is order count available here anywhere? We have order ID. We don't have the count of order ID, correct? So for that, we have to first create the calculation and then add the calculation to label. So that's how it will show. Okay. Can we change the color of map? That is also the question. You can change the color of the map as well. You see the map in the menu bar, you can see background map, right? So you can make it satellite view. You see satellite view. Okay. Again, you can go to map, background map. You can make it dark black color. Okay. So this way you can change only background colors. Straight. Okay. This way you can change it. So let's skip the normal background map. Let's make it light only. So this is your light. Pranay, you want the link of Tableau public? I think I shared yesterday, Pranay. Okay, so if anyone is having the link, they can share the link in the chat box. Okay. Please make use of this toolbar. This is called as toolbar. Okay. Can we use vector shape files for depiction of geodata? No, Nishant. How can we put the charts into Word or PowerPoint? You have to export the worksheet into Excel format or image format, and then that you can export. I mean, image you can add it to PowerPoint. Now, if you are using Tableau public, it is not possible for you to export it to PowerPoint. If you are using Tableau professional, the way I'm using, then there is a direct option in file. If you see file, there's option called as export as PowerPoint. This way you can export it to PowerPoint. Hmm. How to convert it to image format? You can go to this worksheet, export, you see image. Okay, this way you can convert the data into image. Background color, you can always go to map and you can go to background maps, and then you can select the different options here. Okay. What is the use of tooltip? Tooltip is nothing but when you hover the mouse, suppose, do you see any names of these states? Do you know the names of states here? Do you know the sales values? No. So if you don't have enough space to write the names of states and the sales values, so what users do, they actually used to hover the mouse and then they used to get information on that particular state. So what is the information? The state name is Illinois and the sales value for it is 80,000 plus, right? So this is what the information is shown in the tooltip box. Okay. So you can format tooltip box also by going into tooltip. You can go into tooltip and here you can format it, right? So here I can just format it this way, right? This way I can format it, correct? I can make it 12. Okay, and the state value I can change it to orange. Sales value I can change it to blue, right? So click OK, and now you see this is the way how I can change the tooltip as well. Agree? Correct? So this way I can make the tooltip. Yes. So Tableau public link, if you have, anyone has, you can paste that link into chat window. Okay. What are the two maps? Can you name them again? So this is a symbol map and second one is field map. Let's go to field map now. I'm going to change. I'm going to create one more worksheet and the name of that worksheet is field map. Why it is called as field map? It is much similar to symbol map, only the difference is that each state will be identified using some color. Each state will be having some different color, maybe the deviation of color. Since each state is filled with color, that's why the name of that chart is field map. Filled with color means field map. Okay. If each state is shown as symbol, that's why the map is symbol. That is the only difference. Now let's create field map. So the procedure to create field map is much similar to symbol map. You have to create symbol map first, and then you have to do one extra activity. Go to show me and select this option, which is nothing but field map. So let's create the field map option. First option is to add country and state into detail. Then add the sales value inside the chart. And now convert this into field map. How? You can go to show me. And then this is the icon you see here, right? This is field map. This was a symbol map. This is a field map. So click on this. So you can see that each state is now colored with some color, right? Deviation of color. You can see deviation. Okay. So now you can give the name of the state and the sales value. How? On the label, you can add the state and cells. Perfect. So this is how I can actually deal with the field map. So I can just go to label and reduce the font to 10. So you can see font, right? I can just reduce the font to 10 this way. Perfect. So this is called as field map. So what is the difference? Symbol map identifies with symbol and field map is identified by color. If you don't like this color, you can always go to color option, edit color. You can see that you get now different screen. You can go with maybe this option, click OK, click OK. You see now you get some different chart, right? So you can change the color and you get the different, isn't it? So please now work with the Tableau, field map. I'm going back. I'm going with this color. So please create the field map. Field map is very much similar to symbol map. Just create symbol map once again. Go to show me and click on this. So symbol map is now turning into field map. That's it. Okay. Mobile number is not allowed. How to change color of each state? No, see, sum of cells is added on the color. Sum of cells is added on the color. That's how you're getting filled. So it is not possible to have the different color for different states. Okay. It's not the case. So on color marks, you decide, do you want cells value or do you want region value? Only one thing can be added on color, not two things. Okay. Mhm. So please do this. Three. Mhm. Yes, Manish, that's right. Where can we find the color for cells? Color for cells, you can see color here, right? You can just click on color and there is option called as edit colors. Okay, so you can just click on it, edit colors. So if you click on this button, okay, you can have different colors, right? If you don't like this color, you can also go to this color and you get color palette. So this is how it will be shown now. Click OK. You see different color palette. Okay. Okay, I see some comments. Hmm. How to select which column is drag and drop to which property like color and size? Very simple. To create the map, we need country and we need state to be added into detail. correct? And then if you want to color based on a different dimension, that dimension should be added into color. If you want to color this chart based on any measure, you can add that measure into color. Very simple. So measure, when you add into color, then if the value is higher, the color will be dark. If the value is lower, color will be lighter. Okay. So for normally for symbol map, you don't have to deal with color as such, because Tableau will take care of coloring part. Only in symbol map, I have added the state into color to have the different colors for different state. That is the only reason. However, in field map, automatically the color appears, because if you remove the cells from here, now you can see you are now getting the symbol map. This is what we don't want, right? So when you add the sum of cells into color, now you get the field map. So it is just a variation of the same symbol map, nothing else. Okay. So I just added country into detail and then state into detail. Okay. And then I added the sales value inside the chart. Okay. Then I went to show me. Okay. And then I just click on this particular icon, particular chart. Okay. So I now got the field map. Simple. I just have to click here. I'll get field map. And then add the state into label, sum of cells into label, like drag and drop cells into label. So you'll get to see the sum of cells or T icon, right? And that's how you can see the name of the state and the sales value of that state. Simple. You can also make use of these toolbars. Same way. You can search for, let's say, Florida. So where is Florida? Let's click on Florida, and here it is, right? So this way you can actually find a particular state of a country. So I hope these basic charts might have given you some sense on how to create the charts with ease in Tableau. Very, very simple. Okay. So what is the purpose of marks card? It is used to add some beautification in the chart, or it is used to make the chart more attractive than the usual chart. Okay. That is the purpose of marks card. It depends, like what marks card are you using? Are you using color, size, label? Depending on the requirement, you have to appropriately use the marks card. So how the font will change? You can go to label and you can just change the font to 10. This way you can change it. Okay. If you want both to be having the same color, if you want these, the state and the sales value to have the same color, you can just change it to maybe, let's say, orange. So both are now orange. You can have it in yellow. You can have it in pink. You can have it in light green. Okay. You can have it in dark blue. So you can see both the state names and color are, values of cells are blue color. I'll go with automatic. I want both as black. So by default, black is the color given to the labels. All right. You mean to say different color for different? Yeah, you can do that as well. So you can add the country into color. So see what happened now. You're getting what? You're getting the symbol map. Okay, if you add the country into color, you get a symbol map, right? You see Canada is one state, one country, and United States is another country. This is what happened. Okay. So you can add the different countries. Color. Okay, so now let's go ahead, because this is a pie chart we have created. This is a discrete line chart. This is a continuous line chart. This is a symbol map. This is a field map. Now let me show you how to create stack bar chart. Stacked bar chart. Stack bar chart is just it's just an extension of a bar chart, simple bar chart, which is used to show the breakup of entire figure into multiple chunks. Means what? Suppose I want to show subcategory wise sales. I want to show subcategory wise sales. So how to show that? So where is subcategory? You can see here. Here is subcategory. So I can add subcategory into rows this way. So you can see that there are in total 17 subcategories available. I can then add cells into columns. Now you can see by default, I will get the bar chart. Okay. Now I can just swap this. You can see that this is what I wanted. This is stack bar chart. And now I can just make this as an entire view. I can sort it. Perfect. Now what I need to do is I just have to, so see, if you click on T icon, okay, if you click on T icon, then you can see what is the sales value of 3,35,000. What is the sales value of chairs? It is 3,35,000. What is the sales value of phones? It is 3,31,843, like that. So I want to convert these values into key. What these values represent? These values represent sum of sales, because this chart is subcategory wise sum of sales, right? So this is what this chart is depicting. So I can simply right click on sum of sales, and I can select format option. So let's click on format option. Okay. And in format option, you can see this pane, numbers, number custom, display unit. I will be keeping at 1000, and I don't want decimal places, so I'm keeping 0. Okay. Likewise, I can get rid of this y-axis because I don't need it anymore. So I can simply right click on it and I can say show header. So show header means what? I am actually getting rid of y-axis. I don't want to see that. Similarly, I can get rid of this subcategory field name, means column name as well. Right click on it. You see the last option which says hide field label for columns. And then I can also get rid of this, the lines. These are called as grid lines. Okay. So the orientation of these grid lines are horizontal rows, correct? Row wise. So I can get rid of these lines as well. So I can simply right click anywhere and I can show you that this is a format option available once you right click. So you will see format font. If I click here, it says format alignment. Likewise, if you click on the last icon, it says format lines. What these lines are? Grid lines. And what is the orientation of these lines? Are these vertical or horizontal? These are horizontal, like rows. So I can just go to rows and you see grid lines. I can just make none. And I don't want this axis rulers. So I can get rid of those as well. Axis rulers, I don't. Okay. So now this is how I am showing the perfectly clean bar chart. Okay. Now what I need to do, I want to show that region wise sales in each. Means I know that what is the total sales of chairs? It is 3,36,000. So can you please break it down into multiple regions? There are 4 regions I know, right? Can you please break it down into multiple regions? So region number 1, let's say East, how much out of 336K? Maybe 50K. Okay. Maybe 100K in another region, maybe 120K in any other region, right? And maybe the rest, maybe 70, 80K in any other region. So I need to see that breakup in this bar chart this way. That is called as stack bar chart. So this total figure, I'm actually converting into multiple regions. Okay, I'm dividing this total figure into different regions. So what I will do is I can simply add region into column. And see, you get the value, right? Isn't it? And now I can get rid of this region now. You can just go here, regions, I can get rid of this. Okay. And I can have these values converted into white background. Okay. So these are labels, right? So I can go to label and you see font, I can have the font as white color. All right. And I can also add the border color, black border this way. Perfect. You go to full screen now. Isn't it? So this is quite nice looking stack bar chart that we have created. Okay. So this is actually showing me the breakup of the sales values for each subcategory in each region, meaning that so chair is getting sold or chair is having the highest sales in which region? So you can see this is chairs. Which number is the highest? This number. So what is the name of that region? It is west. So chairs are getting sold the most in the west region. And in which region chairs is getting sold the least? This region. The name of that region is south. Right? So this is how I'm creating a stack bar chart, which is again very important chart if client wants you to do this. Okay. How we add the country, that is you just have to drag and drop country into color. So that's how you get it to color. Okay, can you please tell which chart for which purpose? So you now got idea why I'm using stack bar chart. Bar chart we use just for showing the normal details or information about some finite data set like category, products and all. Pie chart we use to do comparative analysis, which section is bigger, which section is lower, like that. Line chart we use to show the trend over the period of time. So that is a trend chart or trend line chart. Okay. So yeah, these are the common traditional charts which are acceptable for these applications. Okay, so please create this stack bar chart, everyone. So Swagat, if you can do the same using Excel, do you do the same way, faster way than what we did here? No, you cannot. Correct? You have to select the data range. You have to add the details, right? You have to, and so what happens is that the moment your data changes, your chart also changes. Right? So these tools, softwares are actually used to create the charts with very much comfort level, and we can at any time we can change the chart without touching the original data, and that is not possible in Excel. Okay. Plus Excel has limitation to store the data in one sheet as 10,48,000 rows. There is no size limit here in Tableau. It can deal with as high volume data as possible. Okay. Yes. How to remove the grid lines? I simply right click in the empty screen and I just click on format button. And I clicked on this option called as format lines. I went to rows and then grid lines was none. Axis ruler was none. This way I remove the grid lines. Okay. Akshay, what I did was I simply added subcategory wise sum of cells and then I added the region into color. That's it. You know how to convert the values into K. Okay. And if you don't like this color, you can go to color, edit color, and you can shift, you can change it. Correct. So let's say central, I want black color. Okay. And west, maybe you can go with blue color. Okay. So this way also is fine. If you don't like this either, if you don't like this, you can also go with this blue color, sky blue color. Okay. This is also fine. All right. Please share the Excel store data again. Okay. If you don't have Excel data, let me share. Yes, I have shared with everyone about sample superstore. To pursue career in a data analyst and business analyst, coding is necessary. It depends on what software you are going to work. If you are going to work on any BI or data visualization softwares, then there is no necessity to learn anything because coding is very much user friendly in these tools. However, if you are going to work on some scripting language, let's say SQL language, Python language, R language, or any other software which requires coding, then you have to learn the coding and then you can do the analysis. So it all depends on what tools you are going to use. But even if you come into data analytics and you are being asked to work on scripting language, those languages are very much simple to understand and easy to comprehend. Okay, easy to comprehend, and you can write the code very effectively and very cleanly as well. So there is no complex things as such in those scripting language as far as data analytics domain is concerned. Sir, if there are null values in data, can we do this? Null values, if you have to first figure it out on what steps you have to take or what actions you have to take against null values. Do you want to get rid of those null values or do you want to keep them? Okay, or do you have to convert those null values into zero? What you want to do? Okay, so accordingly, you can create the calculation and then you can convert those. You can create that calculation and always you can use that newly calculated field everywhere. Means if let's suppose sales values are having some null values, sales column is having some null values. So instead of using sales in every chart, I can just get rid of all the null values in some calculation, and that calculation I will use in every chart instead of sales. So this is what I can do. All right. Okay. Do we need to learn SQL as well if you want to work at Tableau developer? If you go in any data analyst role, knowledge of databases is essential nowadays. So you should be knowing the basics of SQL at least. You should know that. It is the need of the hour to know the multiple skills. Okay. How to remove horizontal lines? You can right click, format, go to this lines, go to rows, grid lines, you can make none this way. So that way you can get rid of grid lines. Why did I use subcategory only? Because it is not like why did I use subcategory? It is just the reason that we have been using category and region. It's been a while that I did not use subcategory. That's why I used it. So there is no specific reason behind why I used subcategory. Okay. All right. Here we have imported the data of Excel or CSV formats, but as you just said, Excel itself has the limit of 10 lakh whatever records. But what are the alternatives of importing in case of larger data not acceptable in Excel format? If you want to deal with high volume data in Excel, obviously you don't have to copy paste that data or store that data in Excel file. So normally what you do, if you want to analyze the data in Excel, you always go with Power Pivot option. Power Pivot is one of the add-ins in Excel, which is used to deal with high volume of data without actually storing data in Excel workbook itself. Okay, so what it does is that it actually makes the connection between the original Excel file, original data source and the corresponding Excel. And using that connection, the data is pulled from the original data, and then you can make the relationships, you can join the different tables, and you can do the pivot table, you can do the analysis, slice dice. Okay, those kinds of analysis you can do. Okay, so such things are avoided in Tableau or Power BI. If you know these tools, these things are very much straightforward. There is no bar on how many rows you can use here. There is no problem. However, if you have more rows, performance will hamper, that is for sure. But as it is not going to struggle as much as Excel struggles with high volume of data. Okay, so that's why the data visualization tools are having high demand nowadays. Okay. What is meant by dashboard and how can they create? Dashboard is nothing but putting together all these charts into one place. So yesterday, if you can see yesterday's session, in that session, I have clearly explained with image what do you mean by dashboard. Okay. So dashboard is nothing but combination of different charts. Okay, so now I will show you on how to create a simple Excel-like table in Tableau. Suppose if I want to create a table, then how I can go about it. So what I need to do is I want to show the year-wise sales and profit for category and subcategory. Means what? See, I want the data to be shown in this way. Okay. I want to show the first column as category, second column as subcategory. All right. Then third column. So see, third column depends on year. So if the year is 2019, for all the years, what I need to do is, for all the years, I need sales and profit. Okay. For all the years, I need sales and profit. Means what? Here I need sales and then profit. So this thing, this scenario I want for each year. Okay. This scenario I want for each year. Okay, like this. Okay. So let me just go ahead. This scenario I need for each of the years. This is what I want. All right. Means what? I need, you can see category values. There are 3 categories: furniture, office supplies, technology, and there are 17 subcategories. Each, I mean, all the subcategories, 17 subcategories are divided into corresponding categories. And then for each year, what I need is sales and profit values. And this entire thing I need in a table. This will be the table. Okay, in this table I need like this. So this will be the category, right? This will be the subcategory. All right. 2019 sales profit, 2020 sales profit, correct? And 2021, 2022 sales profit. So it should be like this. All right. You got my point. So 20 sales and profit should be different for each year. So can we create such cross tab in Tableau effectively? Yes, you can do it very simply. So we know the concept of rows and columns. So in the rows, I need category and subcategory. And in columns, I need this year. So this is one column, this is second column, third column, fourth column, right? So that's why in the columns, I need order date. And in the rows, we need category and subcategory. Why? Because categories and subcategories are written this way and year values are written this way, right? That's why the rows and columns we are going to see. Now let's see on how to do this. So I said category should be in rows. So I drag and drop category in rows. I need subcategory in rows. So I can simply add subcategory in the rows. You can see that how I am adding the categories and subcategories effectively. Now what I can do is I need to add the year of order date in columns. So where is order date? Here. You can simply add order date in columns. Perfect. This is what we wanted, correct? Now I just have to add the sales and profit in table. So what I can do, first you can simply double click on sales. The moment you double click on sales, can you see the values are shown here as numbers, right? So you can see sum of sales in T, automatically it shows me the numbers. If you want to add profit, I can simply double click on profit and now you can see the profit values as well. Now what has happened over here is you can see profit and sales, right? And then you can see that corresponding years. This is what I don't want. This I don't want. Means what? I wanted for each year sales and profit. Okay. So in Tableau, there are two concepts. I mean, two terminologies, major names and major values. All these are called as majors that we know, correct? Means whatever you see here, those are called as majors. We know that. So if profit, so what is the name? What is the name of this major? Profit. So the name of major is called as major names. And the value held by this profit is called as major value. So all these numbers are called as major values, correct? And these column names, profit and sales, these are the names of majors. Hence, these are called as major names, correct? So I just have to make sure that major name should be after year of order date in columns this way. Now this is perfect. This is what we wanted. Major names is just after year of order date, and that's how you can see the year is shown first, and below the years you have profit and sales. Okay, like category is before subcategory, that's why it is shown first. Likewise, year should be shown first as column, and below year we want major names. So these are the major names. That's why I added major names after year of order. This way I want it. Now I just want to do one final thing, that I want sales as first column, profit should be second column. So here you can interchange the major values. Okay, so I can just put sum of profit below sum of sales, right? And I can just convert these values into center. So using text, you can also change the alignment. You can move them horizontally, left, center, right, top, bottom, anywhere. So I can just move them horizontally center, right? And then let's make it entire view. Perfect. This is what we wanted, right? Right. So this is how I can actually create a table in this is how I can actually create a table, proper Excel like table in Tableau. So now this is giving me the numbers in tabular format or in cross tab format. This is also called as cross tab or matrix, or in normal layman term, a table. Okay, so please create a table as well. Yes. So the first step was to add category into rows. The second step was add the subcategory into rows. The third step was add the order date into columns. The fourth step was, okay, you have to double click sales, you have to double click profit, and now your table will be created. Okay, and only thing that I did after that was this major name was present here. Okay, so this was wrong. What I want to do is the major name should be shifted here after year of order date. Okay, after year of order date, major name should be placed. Okay, and then I just have to exchange these two things so that sales will be shown first and then profit will be shown after that. Okay, so first sales, then profit. That's why I interchange this, right? Isn't it? Can we perform arithmetic operation? Those are called as calculations. Okay, so calculations we can perform any calculation, any arithmetic equation, any percentage change, anything. You can say that I want to show group wise details. I want to find percentage of change. I want to compare last year, this year sales. We can do any calculation in that. Okay. Yeah. How to validate these charts when they are correct, whether they are correct or not? We do not validate the charts, we validate the values in the charts. Okay, so you can manually see in Excel file what is the book cases sales in 2019. You have to sum them up. You can write the formula in Excel to get only book cases of 2019. See what you get. If you know Excel, then you can do it. So normally what happens in real time scenario, you always get the data from the databases. The database may be cloud based or hosted on premise installed software. What normally we do for a data validation in Tableau dashboard is we check the data in Tableau. For example, this data I'm getting in Tableau. So now this data is for book cases and for sales in 2019. So I can write the SQL query for the same in my database and then check what is the book cases value in 2019 for sales. Okay. If that value and this value is correct, I will assume that all other values are also correct. This is how we do the data validation in real-time project scenarios. All right. Correct, Ishani. Just double click on sales and profit, the values. So why we are double clicking? Because we don't want to create the chart. If you add any measure in rows or columns, either rows or columns, you'll get a chart. Okay. But if you double click on sales or if you double click on profit, the values of those will be shown in table. That's why we double click. Okay. How to highlight the cells based on color? You can add the things in colors, no problem. I mean, you can add the dimension measure into color and you can get it. Or you can convert this into highlight table, show me, and okay, there is no highlight table. You can give the different colors. You can do the formatting. This row will have white color. You can have the color for this background color for this row will be different. You can do these settings in the format pane. So you can add the border, you can make this bold, change the color of the font, add the background color. These formatting steps you can do. Okay. Interchanging data, what I said was two interchanges I am doing. This with this and this with this. Okay, I am doing two interchanges. You know the reason why I did the two interchanging positions. Okay, because I wanted the data to be shown in this way. For each year, show me sales and profit for each category and all the subcategories falling under that category. So end-to-end detailed data analysis I'm doing for each year. Okay. And then I am finding out what is going wrong. Why the profit is negative for book cases in 2019. Okay. In fact, it is negative for all the years except from 2021. So book cases is definitely something is going wrong in terms of sales, right? Book cases is in loss. Okay. Yes, we can do that. The data if changes in backend, automatically the data will change here as well. The sheets which I created since the start of today's session are suddenly showing worksheet unavailable. So there is, see, this is a Tableau bug error. It may happen due to any reason. So what you can do, you can reopen Tableau and it may show you the backup file. If it does not show, you have to recreate the same charts again. All right. Okay, so yeah, so today what we learned about different types of charts, and we also understood the marks card to the fullest. We understood color, size, label. We use detail as well to create map. I have formatted the tooltip in one of the chart, right? You see here, I formatted the tooltip as well, right? You see, by going into tooltip, I formatted it, and we created two types of line charts, and I clearly explained the differentiation between the two line charts, discrete and continuous. Okay, and this is a stack bar chart and this is a table. Okay, so it depends. Mostly the clients 99% chances there that clients will go with the traditional charts only. It may be table, it may be bar chart, it may be stack bar chart, it may be pie chart, line chart, area chart, okay, or it may be side by side chart. These are the commonly observed charts in the dashboard. So what happens is that once you go into company and when you work in a specific project, the design of a dashboard would be given to you. So the prototype of how dashboard should look like when it is created in Tableau is already pre-designed. So that pre-designing may be done by some user or maybe by some person of your team. Okay, and according to that design you have to create the dashboard in that. This is how the process goes on. If client thinks that something is not correct and something has to be added as an extra activity in the current dashboard, then that thing you need to incorporate while creating the dashboard. So once we learn the dashboard, then you will come to know on how to do these things, right? How to give spaces between the values? There are no spaces between the values. You can see how can you give spaces? Okay, sir, can you share the tables data? You mean to say the Excel file I have already shared, data set I already shared today itself. How to update background data? Background data I did not understand. You mean to say Excel data? How to combine sales and profit together? I simply double click on sales and simply double click on profit. And that's how I got sales as one column, profit as another. I don't want to show in one cell that sales and below sales, I need profit. I don't want like that. I need separate column for sales and separate column for profit. And that has to repeat for all the years, right? This is what I did. Okay. Sir, show us save the charts to device locally. Because you are using Tableau Public, and Tableau Public says that you cannot save the data, I mean, save the workbook to your local machine. That is not possible. So if you remember in the yesterday's session, I told you on how to save your work in TWBX format to Tableau Public website under your profile. You can go to file and then you can click on save to Tableau Public as that option, and then log in with your credentials. I hope that everyone has logged into or created or registered your profile in Tableau Public, correct? If you don't do that, you cannot save whatever you created. Okay. How to color profit value in red and green for positive and negative value. For that, you need to write the calculations. Pushkar. Okay. How to change subcategory color? Subcategory color, it's not like how do you change subcategory color. So it depends like which subcategory you want to change. For that, you have to write the expression calculation that if subcategory is bookcases, then red color. If subcategory is equal to chairs, then green color. So likewise, you have to write the calculation. Okay. Difference between coding and Tableau. Coding means writing the script, writing the code. Okay, code in the sense, suppose if you are working on databases, you should know the SQL queries like select star from table name. This is how you have to type. This is called as a coding. So using coding, machine understands that what you expect from machine. Okay, and you get output. This is called as a coding. In Tableau, until now, did we write any code? We didn't write anything. We simply use drag and drop features. That's how Tableau sets itself apart from any other, right? It is very user friendly. Okay. Now we will write the code here as well as part of custom calculation. So whatever the questions you're asking, like how to change color, how to add background color, right? How to give positive, negative, red, green. Okay. So those are part of calculation for which coding is required. So we will understand how to write in one of the sessions. Different data visualization tools are MicroStrategy, Power BI, ClickView, ClickSense. Then we have Salesforce. Okay, these are the tools available. This data, let me share it again. This data I already shared. Let me reshare again. I have reshared it again. You can download. No, Banu, I'm not going to cover all the modules in depth because this is just an overview of what Tableau is and what we can do. So there are many questions. So in order to learn Tableau in more depth, you can enroll for the sessions where in ExcelR we do this activity, okay, during our sessions. Okay. With short duration for enrollment. So that question is for Amar. You can just check with Amar. Do we have to save each workbook separately? Yes, that's correct, Shubha. You have to save each workbook separately. Think of workbook as Excel file. So yesterday you created one workbook. Today also you created new workbook, right? So it's like that. So yeah, so for any queries, please drop an email to edl@excelr.com. You can see the chat. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's it from my end. And I hope you got to know more about Tableau today. You got to know on how to create the different charts along with formatting. Okay, there are, I mean, Tableau is very vast. Okay, it is not limited to particular steps only. It has got very huge, I mean, very vast features. You can actually do custom calculations. You can color, you can add text color, background color, format the cells. You can do a lot of things. You can change the size. You can create custom charts, donut chart. Okay. Those things are discussed in our day-wise agenda of ExcelR program. Okay. For Tableau. So if you can enroll, then you will get to know all these things. So here the agenda is to let you know on how we can effectively create the charts and what insights we are getting from creation of this chart. So from this chart, from this table, what we are getting to know that bookcases is that subcategory which is facing a lot of losses almost in all the years except from 2021. Okay, so it's like that. And then you can see chairs is having the highest sales in 2019, right? In 2019, yeah, highest sales, if you see, it is for chairs in 2019. Okay, you can sort as well. You can sort it this way. So according to sales, the data is now sorted. So this is the highest sales and this is the lowest sales for furniture. Okay, so 2019, 79,000. For office supplies, storage subcategory comes under office supplies with highest sales value as 50,000 and lowest as 801, which is fasteners. Okay, so I can make a lot of observations and conclusions from this table, right? Okay, so yeah. So can you share the login portal? Yeah. Hi, my role is Salesforce QA. Power BI Tableau is useful for Salesforce designation. Yes, it is useful. Okay, so that's it from my end. I am stopping my screen sharing and yeah, that's it from my end. So please practice whatever we learned today and uh, you'll get more confidence. You'll boost up your confidence when you work with different charts and when you really go into the different features like marks card and change the dimensions, change the measures, alter or interchange the positions and see what happens. This is how you can do self-study and learn the Tableau very effectively. Okay. So that's it from my end for today's session. Tomorrow we will see the next module or the next feature in Tableau, which is nothing but filters. Okay. Till then, please practice and good night.
Guys, if you feel the attendance, then you can leave. If you have any query, so please drop a mail on edl@excelr.com. Our team will help you. Gauri's question: what is LMS? Gauri, LMS is a learning management system. You will get the recorded sessions, attendance, material, and assignment over the LMS. So Gauri, please drop a mail on edl@excelr.com. Thank you, Pranjal. Tuna?
Yeah, Amar.
So can we wind up?
Okay.